Review Podcast with me, Hassan Rahman. Hari ini episod kita bersama our sponsor, Isra daripada Kasia Studio. How are you, brother?
Good. Sakit sikit lah. So suara lain lah.
Suara lah sesak basah lain je Okay, so by the way, hari ni kita we won't be just focusing on the product talk lah. But today I think is quite an interesting topic and discussion lah. So for me, kita selalu, when you came into sponsoring the podcast kan, more or less you understand about the whole concept of rebuild, where usually we talk about ex-convicts, all the hardships people have been going through, dorang masuk dalam, keluar, and one of the most common thing that they are struggling with is finding a job. So for today's discussion, aku nak tanya engkau personally, your point of view in terms of giving ex-offenders a second chance. Okay, but before you have your own point of view, maybe I want to share a little bit lah. Because so far, to be honest, although I think for now, yes, I have my own barbershop kan. And there are some of my barbers, they also have their past. Okay, dorang pun ex-convict. But of course, I don't judge them based on what crimes they have committed in the past lah. But one thing that I can share with you guys here, including you, right, is my father. Okay, so my father works in a cleaning company.
I see.
Okay, and he is one of the operations executive lah. And his job is part of his job. Dia nak kena masuk prison. Dia under the company is under yellow ribbon. And they have to interview ex-convict untuk dorang kerja. Especially for those yang dah nak keluar lah. Okay. And then bila he did talk to me lah. Cakap, ayah nak masuk dalam prison. So macam mana budak-budak ni semua keluar boleh kerja tak? He was asking me tau. So I was telling him that to be honest, it's just a mistake they make. Tapi dorang pun normal human being lah. Nak katakan ada orang yang tak buat case, yang keluar masuk pun belum tentu boleh have that discipline and commitment, work commitment kan. And I told him lah, I think that these people, diorang baru keluar, diorang nak berubah. Of course, kerja ni is one of the most important thing lah that they look forward to, right? And he went for interview and he told me macam, Alhamdulillah, he managed to get a few people to work upon their release lah. And then sometimes I will follow up with him because then he was the one who asked me kan. Dia tanya, so far my staff semua okay, but there's a handful of people of the staff kan, memang masih perangai ikut old habit. So he did share with me yang pernah satu pekerja dia mabuk
kat kerja lah.
Kau kerja. Masa masuk kerja mabuk, balik kerja minum, lepas tu tak balik, lepas tu report kerja tengah tak terurus and everything. But I think this is discipline lah, orang kata kan. And I told him lah, but maybe dia minum ni is like a getaway from and preventing him from taking drugs. We do not know lah. Although it's not a good alternative lah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not easy handling ex-convicts lah. Because dorang mungkin masih ada dorang punya ego, dorang masih ada dorang punya baran. But I think, I see them, including me, we are just normal human beings. It's just a status of kita pernah masuk tempat ni, due to the mistakes that we did, we get caught. Memang we should deserve a chance lah. But how about you? What's your point of view for ex-convicts? Do you think that, do they deserve a chance?
Your father ask you this question lah. So they ask you because you pernah masuk ke? Also because you employ people from...
No, back then I didn't have a company yet lah. So he was asking me because I know this kind of people. So to him, he was asking me my perspective. Macam example, something in a way he's trying to portray that Asal pernah duduk dalam kan. So Asal pun tahu budak-budak ni macam mana. So what do you think, what can you advise me if I want to interview them? What can I expect from these people kalau they come out and they work? Will they change or not? So it's hard for me to give an answer because at the end of the day it's subjective and it depends on individuals.
Correct.
Yeah. But for yourself as a business owner, running your own ID company, or we talk in general lah. In general lah.
Yeah.
So in general, kalau if you're talking about employing and giving second chance to ex-convict, what is your point of view?
Talking about second chances, everyone deserves second chance.
Of course.
In fact, kalau kita tengok kita punya elders atau orang-orang lagi tua daripada kita, for example you as an example kan, sekarang in order for you to be you right now, you went through prison for example. So lepas dah masuk prison, lepas tu dah keluar pun you become yourself right now lah.
Correct.
And banyak lagi contoh-contoh lain yang tempat luar sana. So even bapak kita for example, kita tak tahu masa dulu dia muda-muda macam mana kan, perangai kan. Tapi masa kita grow up, he's somebody we looked up to lah.
Correct.
So everybody might go through the wrong path in the beginning, tapi in the end dorang berubah lah.
I mean it takes time for someone to change, but I think it also depends on the nature of the work, the nature of the business, and also depending on what case and crime he committed.
Betul.
I think that is something that, of course, again, we don't want to judge of what they did in the past lah. Tapi I think paling common thing that kebanyakan lah company paling seram kalau diorang nak employ are those cases macam theft, CBT, criminal breach of trust, macam molest ni semua, all this, because dia benda-benda macam
integrity punya benda.
Exactly. The integrity tu buat macam dia kena makan masa yang lama tau to gain back the trust. But I think it can be very challenging lah, because I don't know I mean for me, when I meet a lot of my friends yang baru keluar kan, they have this kind of character macam aku keluar ni aku stress lah. They have this, and including myself, because I think bila keluar ni kita rasa macam kita tak stable.
What do you went through?
Macam example going out, like I'm starting everything from scratch. So we're talking about financial, starts from zero.
On the first day masa kau keluar tu, what exactly do you went through your mind?
Time baru keluar tu kan. If I were to compare youth dengan the recent one, of course there's a lot of difference lah. But when we talking about youth tu, aku tak ada direction.
Ada dua kali lah. Satu is youth, meaning underage lah.
Yang RTC punya. Yang second is the Drug Rehabilitation Center lah.
Okay.
So that one, of course there's a difference, because yang itu pada time aku keluar, I already have a company.
Okay.
Cuma macam life aku ni rasa belum stable in terms of mindset aku ni, masih dekat dalam. Because for 9 months I've been doing the same routine, bangun, tidur, makan, exercise. Then bila keluar macam have to face the real world. I have to deal with macam the problems, and then knowing that aku keluar pun bukannya terus 100% freedom. Masih on tagging, But when we talking about youth punya time, I felt like at that point of time, pas aku baru keluar kan, kerja nak dapat tu bukan senang.
Sekolah pun belum habis lah.
Aku memang tak continue sekolah. But it wasn't really that easy for me. Sampai aku memang lah, I mean I don't have a skill because I'm young. I don't have any experience much.
What was your age?
That point of time I was 19. So aku tak ada experience, tak ada apa. So that's where aku cari kerja dekat this platform lah. It's under Yellow Ribbon. Tapi gaji rabak lah. Gaji 900, 800. But back then aku just fikir kerja je, daripada tak ada apa-apa, ambil kerja lah. And memang bila aku kerja tempat macam ini, walaupun gaji dia kecil, lama-lama macam kau tahu tak, macam kau feel that you are still tie up to something. Maksudnya although aku keluar, but I still have my tagging. I still have to report. So I still feel that I'm not free. And furthermore, aku rasa macam aku gaji tak cukup. Then lepas tu pula gaji kecil, kena saman isap rokok, cap merah. Jadi macam all this pressure bila kena kan, itu yang banyakkan kat luar ni, orang yang baru keluar ni kan, I know it's hard for most people to understand. Tapi memang the pressure is real. I mean for normal people, orang cakap apa kau nak pressure? Dah bagus apa, dah ada kerja apa, tapi diorang tak faham macam dia ada macam tu rasa, I don't know, macam aku keluar DRC, aku ada rasa tu like macam PTSD sikit. I do have that macam PTSD. Macam aku baru keluar, habis sekarang aku nak kena kerja, habis aku kena face the real world. Macam kat dalam dia, walaupun you don't have freedom, tapi kau calm. You feel relax. Kau tak deal dengan masalah. Kau cuma boring. Kau cuma just macam stone out, dah tak ada benda nak buat kan. But Dekat luar like you are more, it's more pressure.
Tu yang dalam ada dalam prison orang yang dia panggil jailbird dah tak nak keluar lagi dah.
So, kau rasa orang nak keluar kot. Tapi memang I believe that's true. Ada orang memang takut nak keluar.
Macam dia tak nak keluar lagi.
Tak nak keluar, orang nak duduk dalam because to them macam dekat luar is the reality. Macam that's where back to reality orang cakap because dekat luar I think these people to be honest when you're saying about jailbird kan, maybe these people they are lacking of a sense. They are lacking in a sense of responsibility.
And also motivation, responsibility especially.
Pada orang macam, aku kat dalam makan free.
Buat
apa-apa, bill pun tak bayar-bayar. So kalau kat luar, aku nak kena bayar bill, aku nak kena kerja, aku nak kena gini, aku nak kena handle with pressure. But the reality, that's life But I think a lot of people, diorang rasa macam pressure lah. But I know, benda ni, dia ada phase dia. The first phase tu memang I feel is quite difficult. It's quite difficult. That's why macam even for myself, bila baru-baru tu aku nak apply kerja, when I got rejected, ada juga rejected me because I told them that I just got released. And I have to confess pasal apa, I'm on tagging.
Tak boleh sembunyi
tak boleh sembunyi and I have to tell them, okay, aku cuma boleh kerja this timing, aku kena balik pukul 8. Then they will ask me apa?
Kenapa
pasal kena balik
ni?
pukul 8. Saya have to tell them to the pasal aku baru keluar. Oh sorry, kita tak accept ex-convict. Jadi itu yang buat a lot of ex-convict orang rasa macam demoralized. You know, they feel demoralized macam, aku nak start something new. And some people can accept, but not many pun can accept. Tu dia macam, aku nak start apa, aku dah berubah apa, habis kau tak boleh accept. Tapi
tagging tu berapa lama pakai?
Tagging, they depending on your sentence. Aku that time 18 bulan, I need to wear the tagging for 6 months.
And then after you release the tagging, is there different?
Dah free man dah free man. Tapi tu pun bahaya juga.
I see.
Pasal
apa rasanya masa dah buka tu tagging?
Okay, dia macam apa tau? Ibarat macam kau kalau burung kat dalam sangkar, kau macam diam, kau baik kat dalam, kau punya master kasi kau makan, tapi the moment kandang tu buka je, kau terus terbang tak nak patah balik. Kau boleh terbang tu salah tempat. I think itu kalau orang dah tak ada self control.
Ya, macam apa tu burung kakak tua tu. Dia ikat aja kan. Dia drag the thing kan.
Correct.
So kalau lepaskan tu diorang akan terbang.
Terbang.
So that's your feeling
And sometimes orang rasa macam to deprive and diorang FOMO because to them macam I interviewed my past guest pun diorang ada share pasal dah duduk dalam lama sangat kan. Jadi bila kat dalam dengar pasal clubbing, dengar macam sekarang there's a new drugs that is happening. Jadi diorang macam looking forward to get the freedom untuk try all this.
That's wrong.
Dah tak ada self control lah. Berasa macam tak apa, aku sekarang tagging, but I mean it defeats the purpose. At the end of the day, kau buat benda macam gini, masuk balik. So tak ada self control and everything.
Then I got a second question. The second time you go in, meaning is after you already have the company, then you go in.
So that one is pasal the company is me and my wife. So when I was incarcerated, my wife was the one who went through looking after the company.
I see.
But itu lagi teruk because dekat dalam masuk that point of time, kita pun ada banyak bill nak bayar. You know, we have our company liabilities and everything, and then she have to single-handedly handle everything semua pun. That's why I feel like macam rasa macam siap to be honest back then lah. And bila nak keluar tu, because for me I'm different because I have my own company. So I apply the company under prison-based system. So when I go out, I work under my own company. Tapi macam yang lain-lain semua, nanti dia will telling me lah, diorang kerja, and the kerja diorang kasih, I mean during my time, kasih kerja bukan case kerja gaji 3-4 ribu. Tak ada. Diorang main gaji macam, you know, those cafe, restaurants, Burger King, Nando's.
In your case is different you ada the founder
different,
kan.
Macam diorang have to work, and you have to work. If whatever they give, you have to choose. So you like literally the job that they are getting is like a low salary kind of job. But you have that acceptance. I think itu yang ex-convict pun korang kena rasa bersyukur jugalah. You know, rather than complaining, memang gaji kecil. Dah bagus tu kau dapat gaji kecil, daripada kau tak dapat, kau tak ada duit pun kau problem.
Betul.
But coming back to my question, will I, since now I have my own companies, if would I want to employ ex-convict if I want to employ ex-convict, of course my answer would be yes. But of course I don't base on dia punya case. I think it comes back to dia punya own personality. Macam kau cakap, integrity dengan dia punya disiplin. So I don't care whatever you did in the past. Kau pernah gaduh ke, kau pernah sak dada ke, itu semua is in the past. As long as sekarang kau betul-betul nak berubah, of course I will support them. And definitely it's case by case, is subjective lah. But of course in general my answer would be yes lah. But for yourself, how about you? When if let's say tiba-tiba sekarang ada orang cakap okay, they want to be they want to join your company to be an ID, but dia ex-convict, what is your thought on that?
Likewise, sama juga kita akan tengok dia punya integrity, personality and so on. Tapi kita actually tak tengok the rest of the item. Yang paling penting is the experience, job experience.
Correct.
So in our company memang kita tak ada buka post no experience needed. It's always with experience. People are paying
thousands of dollars.
At least 30 and above. And then you pay this kind of money to someone who have no experience at all. I think it's not fair.
Correct.
So in our we want to make a stop at the no experience needed punya ID line, because the entry barrier for renovation is almost zero. Anyone can start. Okay,
kira macam just find a mentor, just follow the senior. Then from there just run on your own.
Exactly. It's just like a sales job, for example.
Faham. I think it makes sense though. Pasal likewise sama macam kalau beli kereta. Kalau anyone can sell a car, tapi kalau kau tak ada enough knowledge and experience, how can I trust that this car
is good?
So likewise untuk ID juga kan.
Similar, tapi car is a bit different because the car is the item itself, benda yang kau beli tu lah. So on. They're not really about the salesperson. For example, I when I buy my car, I really like that car. I don't care about the salesperson.
Okay.
Aku nak beli ni.
So pasal ID ada creativity dia masing-masing, planning dia,
integrity and planning, responsibility as well.
Correct. But I think tu yang when we want to talk about your company, Kasia Studio ni, something that we spoke about this in regard, because when I did the sponsor mention kan, you emphasize on the HDB license. Can we talk more about this license? For an ID company to be getting a license, is it very important for an ID company to have this HDB license? So actually apa ni HDB license sebenarnya?
So macam I say tadi, orang bayar a lot of money on renovation. Should it be paid to someone who just started the company? I mean, semua orang start somewhere. Just like people who just left the prison, they have to start somewhere. Sama juga dengan orang yang baru nak start their renovation company. So actually anyone can start, just they couldn't get the license. The license is they will have to look at a track record first.
I see.
In order to do track record, you have to do a few projects first.
But can I also say that having this HDB license, it gives more credibility,
of course, definitely,
to the company. And what the pros and cons are kalau let's say macam sekarang aku nak engage an ID company tapi dia tak ada HDB license?
Actually the cons is more on the company that has HDB license, because kita sekarang dah boleh kena saman. Dia macam license lah, macam your demerit points. The more mistake you do, you will be fined.
What kind of mistake tu? Apa mistake yang macam against the guideline lah kira?
Against the guideline. For example macam when you hack, you are told not to hack a certain structural wall or benda-benda yang tak boleh dihack lah, for layman terms. Lepas tu you still do it, then boleh kena saman lah.
Tapi ni kira macam under table lah. Kira this is between the ID and the client.
Actually even the ID shouldn't be hacking that kind of wall lah, without permit or without PE.
So kalau macam klien cakap buat je ke, tak payah. Tak boleh lah.
Because this one kita yang boleh kena saman lah. In the end of the day, our head is on the line lah.
Correct. But I think this is also very important, where communication between an ID and also the client is very important. Not to just macam apa-apa pun buat aja. They also have to understand the guidelines juga lah.
Singapore,
I think it makes sense because I used to engage, I mean not for my house, but I used to engage some for my industrial, my business. Ada pun just tak tahu pasal permit, license, pun buat cap merah je, buat sembarang aje lah. And then end up pun nanti kokak pun apa-apa pun, we are the one to be answerable, right? But I think about regarding again this HDB license ni, like what are the benefits bila kita cakap pasal the HDB license? What are the benefits for an ID company to have?
Well, macam tu lah, dia punya credibility, and kita apa nama dia? Have license maknanya kita diperhatikan oleh government. What's that word? I forget the word lah.
So kita tak boleh main-main lah. Korang tak boleh buat kerja sembarang punya.
Not only HDB license, ada BCA. BCA pun ada guidelines yang kita kena ikut. BCA is more of non-HDB property. And also sometimes window. Window also falls under BCA punya guidelines.
BCA is macam ni lah. Commercial
actually everywhere. Building Construction Authority. So it's everything. It encompasses everything, even outside of HDB punya guidelines. And lastly is case trust. Case trust we are currently applying in the process, but very soon we will get this. Case trust is something like if you have a dispute with the company, korang boleh saman the company.
Okay.
Then naik court lah, for example.
Yeah.
So having all these licenses is actually good for the customer, but kind of bad for us as well. We put ourselves under the radar.
Yeah, faham. Tapi tadi you talking about dispute juga dispute between IDs and company, but of course there might be there are potential dispute between IDs and also the client. And we're talking about defects, right? From what I know, from what I understand, Cassia Studio provide warranty of up to 1.5 years.
Yep.
Right? And you guys are planning to make some changes to that?
Yes. So about the defect scan, I think we are pioneering in the defect scanning meaning lepas kita dah buat renovation, kita akan panggil a third party defect scanner to check our work. Sebab kita confident with our work Kalau ada apa-apa rosak pun, kita akan betulkan at that point of time when they found out the defects
Because, and this is already inclusive in the package.
Correct, yes.
Oh, Alhamdulillah, which is good lah, because I do know nowadays a lot of people they outsource this defect scan company to come and then to check and everything. But you're
very unlikely also. Tu pun biasanya orang cari this defect scanner is only when they get the key. They defect scan so for HDB and building macam BTO lah.
Correct.
To make good lah apa-apa yang defects yang found. Tapi post renovation tak ada. So selalunya orang lepas renovation, dia tak tahu pun apa yang defect, apa yang bukan. So the ID macam dah habis pun. Tutup mulut,
so
jalan
this is something different lah kan, because you are doing post renovation.
Yes, post renovation.
Alright.
Included lah. Yeah. So kita it's an assurance lah that in the end of the day, lepas sebelum handover semua dah tak ada defect.
Faham. So I think this is also very important where to have this post defect, because aku punya ID dulu tak bikin benda-benda macam ni. Defect tu aku yang cari sendiri
nanti kan? Betul lah. Sometimes kalau korang cari sendiri pun mungkin tu bukan defect. It's just something yang bukan defect lah, for example. Macam you thought it's a defect, but it's actually better than that is magic.
Correct.
For lack of better word. And one more thing, you ask me if there's any changes. Kita tengah planning planning to change the warranty from 1.5 years to lifetime warranty.
Hey guys, lifetime warranty tau, mana nak dapat? I mean, lifetime warranty is very important, because normally some houses, depending lah macam mana korang punya heavy usage, korang punya kasar, ganas dengan korang punya cabinet ke apa kan. But I think this is important because after sales tu, itu yang something we want to work together well with an ID lah.
Correct, yeah.
Kan? Pasal benda ni long term.
Yes, long term.
It's not just about dia dah buatkan rumah korang then just bye-bye. They want to ensure that your house is maintained.
Yes.
And we are going to talk more about bila korang nak renovate rumah. I think Israf will share with you guys the tips on bila korang nak buat rumah. Macam aku, I spoke to him tadi regarding bila nak buat rumah ni memang nak cantik. Tapi you have to balance practicality and also the aesthetic of the house. And we will cover this in the next upcoming episode in our product talk with our sponsor Cassia Studio. But in the meantime, kalau korang nak inquire about renovation work, IDs, kalau korang nak cari orang untuk bikin rumah korang boleh aja follow Cassia Studio. Korang boleh pergi dekat dorang punya website www.cassiastudio.sg. Follow them on their social media, inquire with them because consultation is free. Okay, just reach out to them to know more. Nak lawa, nak practical, apa-apa ni semua, dia experience, dia orang pun ada HDB license, BCA license. I think you guys should reach out to them and inquire, understand more on the packages that they provide. So I've come to the end of the episode, Israf. Thank you so much for taking your time again to share your thought. Betul dia macam kelakar sikit kan, pasal datangnya tiba-tiba macam, pasal Cassia dia dah quite famous in the podcast punya scene. Kat sana cerita hantu, kat sini berbual general, datang Ribik berbual pasal prison. So dia macam is always something new discussion and topic, right? Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for your support as well. So do follow them. Thank you Israel once again. And follow Kasiat Studio. With that guys, settle.